Look at this, it's so much fun. I can place any of these structures absolutely instantly. I can also rotate them. This is the Schematic Brush Reborn #2 plugin, and it is so much fun to build with. In fact, what I've done is build this house here very, very easily. I'm going to recreate that and show you exactly how I did it. If you add just a little bit of detail by hand afterwards like this, then it could turn into a really nice, comfortable house. Let me take you very, very quickly inside to show you the spaces that are inside this beautiful round structure here with a chimney, and it's all built absolutely instantly as well. We've got a little tower that goes up here, and then up here we've got a private kind of little bedroom which actually links around to here, joins into the tower, and you can keep on going right the way up to the top. So it's a cool little build. Might do a tutorial on this block by block, but if you've got Java Edition, if you've got World Edit, and you've got the ability to add plugins to your server, then you could be building with these objects. So what I want to do is rotate my way through them until I find the round one. There we go. Got the round one, so that is going to go there. That is the first thing we're going to place. Okay, so how do you perform all this magic? Well, you can't get away from the fact you do need to build some constituent parts which can be rotated through and placed and rotated. So we have built, now this is a basement, so this is designed to actually be placed underground. So your house would start there. So this is actually a little basement. So you'd actually place that and use World Edit to move it down into the ground. That's a basement as well. So I do recommend some basements. They're really fun to build and work with. These are kind of a 9x9 section, 9x5, a tower, a round building, another basement, little kind of supporting, what would you call it, a porch, little archways. This we'll use today as well. And then we've got this cool roof here as well. So all you got to do is make the bits and pieces that actually you think that if you blend them together will make you a really cool house in Minecraft. And that is exactly what I did. So how do you attach this to a brush? And how do you build with it? Well, you need to save these as schematics. So you need to place a block here and a block over there. Now I've used lime concrete for this, and then you go, doesn't really matter where you stand, you //copy //schematic, save. It's better to put it into a directory, so I'm going to go fort for kind of fortified house pieces, and I'm going to just give it a #1 like that. And what that does is it saves that schematic into a directory called fort, and I've called it #1. And what you would do is you would do that for all the schematics that you make, and they end up in a big list. Now I've already done that, and I've put it into a directory called fortified. So to add it to a brush, here I've got a diamond shovel, doesn't matter, any tool, and you type in /SBR like that, and it comes up with this menu which looks confusing to start with, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty simple. Then I'm going to go change, I'm going to go add, then I'm going to go directory, and that's a directory where we already see how many directories I've got. I've got lots and lots of directories of schematics I've already saved. For example, desert houses, desert walls, all these things I can place really quickly. Now, one I'm looking for is fortified, and that includes everything that you can see in front. Now, I'm going to hit return. And then see that directory is now fortified, and you can actually see a list there of all the numbered schematics. It's 26 schematics. I would suggest going no more than 15 because it gets a bit annoying having to rotate through them. Maybe I should have split all this up into maybe all the stone schematics and maybe all the ones with bits of wood on would have been a bit easier, and then just use 2 brushes. Anyway, I'm going to click back and back again. Now let's go through this. Placement I want as drop. Include air I want as false. Replace all I want as false. And I'm going to add some modifiers. Offset is going to be fixed, and I type in #1, and hit return. And what that does is it changes the offset to fixed 1. And what that means is when I place things, they're not going to be embedded right into the ground. All right. I'm going to add a rotation modifier as well. And what this does is lets me rotate schematics. So what we've got, it's appeared here. Rotation has appeared. And I'm going to click list. and then I'm going to have 0, space 90, space 180, space 270. And that's all the degrees that each rotation will be. 0, 90, 180 degrees, 270, and then back to the start. Press enter and you can see it's appeared here. So I've got one set, directory fortified. I'm dropping them, including air. No, I don't want the air to be included because I want to be able to overlap these. I don't want the air to count as a block. Replace all. I might change that to true, but for now I'm going to leave it as false, and then fixed is 1, and I'm going to click bind, and immediately you can see the schematic has appeared. Now there's one last thing we need to do. Unfortunately, now pressing F rotates between the schematics. If I place that, you can see the lime concrete is there, and we don't really want that. The lime concrete that helped us make the schematics. It's very boring having to take them away all the time, but you could do. So what we can do, I can go back into Schematic Brush Reborn, SBR, Schematic Brush Reborn 2, and I can actually amend this. I can use a filter. There's the filter. So the filter, I guess we pick change, and then exclamation mark means miss out, and I'm going to miss out my block that I used to actually make my schematics. Bind it again, and what you'll see is that when I place these, the actual lime concrete is actually missing. And then left click rotates, and then right click on your mouse places these. So what we can actually do is start to overlap these. Isn't it fantastic? Boom. And immediately you can see we're actually starting to create, depending on how you overlap them, I'm just doing that willy-nilly right now, you're actually starting to make constructions and buildings. Okay, I found the one I actually chose, and I'm going to just place this one right about here like this, actually rotated to the back. There we go. Now this is one of the only ones we have to move with World Edit. It's a bit difficult to place this correctly, unfortunately, if I don't use a bit of World Edit. So I'm going to select the whole thing because it needs to be dug down into the ground. It is a basement after all, so it does need to be placed down into the ground. So what I'm going to do is move this down 3. So / move 3 down minus S. And I'm also going to move it over into the build. So / move 1, and again, and again, and again, and again. I'm using the 5x5 building system for this actually, which means that everything is kind of on a grid like that, where there's a gap of 3 between each of the main uprights. So you can see the grid is actually like that. Even this thing in here uses a grid as well, believe it or not. If we go into here, it actually is on the 5x5 grid as well, as you can see. This one has a door here, so I'm actually just going to seal that up. In fact, we can turn that into Windows. Put that back for now. There we go. I do need to fill in the grass here as well, so I'm going to use a little bit of World Edit to do that. / fill with number 2, which is grass, 20 wide and 3 deep, should fill everything up. So there we go. We've got our little basement in place. Now we can go back to this, and what I want to do is place this tower. So this is where this plugin really becomes exceptionally powerful. So you can see that is going to go right exactly there. So let's just double check that's in the right place. Yeah, it should be right above the basement door. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. So what else have I actually put onto this build? Here's the next thing I want. Definitely want one of these, and this is going to go right there. It's like, I don't know, it's like building with huge Lego blocks all at once, just lowering it down with a crane. So that is going to go there. That is brilliant. And now what I want to do is find, if I can, oh, that is going to be pretty useful. That's exactly the one I want, and that's going to have to go right round about there, but I do want to lift it up a little bit. So actually I'm going to get my hands dirty and actually place some real blocks. And I think that's the key with this. You don't want to just completely rely on it. You do need to actually get on and place some blocks yourself as well. Might end up digging that out to make an extra bit of the basement eventually as well. I think I've gone a bit too far. What I do want to do is make sure it stays on the 5x5 system and overlaps. So that is going to go there, like that. And that creates that little shape there. Very cool. And as you can see under here, I've got some extra little blocks that I've placed here. So let's do that. So that goes there, there, and then just come across there like that. And that is looking really smart again. Okay, so the next one I need is, next I'm going to make sure this tower is kind of in the right orientation. I've actually changed the orientation slightly from that one over there by mistake, but I don't think it matters too much. I just want to make sure some of these gaps are sealed up here, although we could actually put some iron bars into this. Does anyone else lose things these days in the new 1.19.3 menu? Let's put iron bars in here, looking good. So that door there is going to link through there nicely. What we want to do is open that one up there, open that one up there. That remains a window. Open that door up here, and then these blocks would need to be removed as well. I've done that off camera, and it brings you through into this one here. So you can see how just using Schematic Brush Reborn, really absolutely incredible. So the next thing we want to do is add on this roof here, and I want to place this roof here. And this is where it really speeds things up for you. If you've got these kind of set piece builds that you like to do, I'm just trying to get that placed. Come on, please place. Oh, whew, there, it's placed. Oh my goodness. Now there's a couple little mistakes, so we'll get rid of you. All right. And we just go around and check that everything is okay. Everything looks kind of fine, I think, so far. We check in here as well. Obviously this roof bit has come through as well, so we don't really want that. We also want to just seal that up as well, and we're going to need a bit of a floor here as well. So when you blend things together, there are occasionally a few little mistakes here and there which you do need to try and get fixed, but we get this beautiful shape here. Yeah, here's a little awkward, to be honest. So let's just do that, I think. Yeah, that's definitely a bit awkward. Oh, we have a door there. That's not good. But don't really want a door there. That door was actually meant to be placed, I would say, round about here. Is that right? Yeah, a door round about there would be a little bit of improvement. So what we can do here is just revert that back to a window just like this one. And from the inside, I do need to place a couple of spruce trapdoors, and I think I've blended this together. So this whole system doesn't really remove your skill. It just speeds things up for you, I think. I think this block here does need... What's happened here? Does that... that goes like that. There we go. Awesome. Right, the next thing I want is kind of this bone block to be here on the end. So what I'm going to do is actually just make it a bit easier to blend these blocks together by removing this whole section here. And we should be able to just grab the one I want. Again, sometimes you have to just keep on going through the list here. So I'm going to show you this just to show you that don't make your list too long. Split your list into kind of constituent parts that you need. Found it. There we go. And that goes on right there. Boom. I'm going to just take off these, I think. And what I want to do is actually blend this into this whole construction. So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I get this right. Yeah, that's going to go right there and there. I'm actually going to use spruce stairs and just try and, you know, bring this build together like that, blending my constituents like that. There we go. I think it's a great way of building using this Schematic Brush Reborn. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, just a big fan of speeding up my build process. So we'll put that there, and we need another one around here, and everything just starts to integrate really nicely, especially when you do things like that. We'll take off that one, and then we'll bring these ones on as well. You go there, you go there. Right, what else have we got to do? Bring that across like that. We can get rid of you as well. We can also open this up to make it one whole space. Isn't it great, the spaces that you make? I love it. Absolutely love Minecraft. Architecture, building, construction, it's all about spaces that you make. So that is actually worked out really, really nicely. Let's double check that everything's okay. We've got a little gap in there. So can I turn that block? I can. That's the one I want, and this is going to go right in there, I hope. Yes, right in there. Oh, we've got this one. This has just popped up as well. So actually I'm going to use this one. This is actually going to go around here. So this has to go, get that right. Yeah, boom, right there. How cool is that? It's just so awesome. I love it. So cool. This one, I think it looks better if you do that as well. And just finish that off like that. And then grab these. Boom, boom, boom. So again, yeah, just keep tidying it up, I think. Probably didn't need to do that. I kind of do need to do that. No, let's finish that off like that. That finishes the back porch, doesn't it? And what we want to do is add on more of these porches as well. And I'm probably just going to do that by hand, I think. Again, if the Schematic Brush Reborn plugin just kept the same one on instead of changing every time you placed, that would be brilliant. Hopefully in future updates that is going to be the case. A little bit of light still gets into the basement underneath there, and I'll just turn this into a little staircase at the front here as well. There we are. And if you come up like that, then we can add that there. This could be a door, couldn't it? This could be a front door into our property very easily, and we can add doors there and there as well. So I'm showing you all these stages because I want you to know there is a bit of building still involved. Obviously, you've got to build all your schematics, but even after you place them, it really does help if you, you know, take charge of the building. You get the rough outline done with the Schematic Brush Reborn plugin, but then you come along and you add your own take, really. So as you can see here, this is one of the methods I use for just putting on a little bit of a balcony all around my properties. So one of the last bits we've got to do is place we've got to place a door here, but also the chimney has got to be placed on as well. Right, I'm going to put on just a couple of these trapdoors. Where are trapdoors these days? In this menu here, but I'm not going to place them all just now. You guys know how to do trapdoors like that, right? I mean, I love them placing them like that. It gives you a bit of depth and also gives you full spaces where you can put chests and things and planters and whatnot up there. So those would wrap all the way round. I don't think I did that. As you can see here, I've got them placed all the way around. That one needs to be on the inside there. So one last thing to place, and that is a chimney at the back. So let's do that. Hopefully I can get a chimney really soon. Did I just say chimney? Probably didn't. Hopefully I did. No one probably heard that, right? I'm not broadcasting to 500,000 people. There we go. Chimney! Okay, need to rotate it carefully. Is that right? Yep. Nope. Rotate it. So the fire is at the back, and that goes in there. And there we go. We've got our chimney. So when we go inside, you can see you do need to remove the blocks that it didn't cover up like that. That's a little unfortunate, actually. Let's remove that one as well. Put that one, that one. And I'm going to need some more cobblestone to repair my chimney. This is where you might want to experiment with some of the settings in SBR as well, whether it replaces blocks or not. And there's my chimney. Pretty cool. This is the whole house pretty much finished. I will show you some of the detail that I did put on this one here. So just to bring your build to life, obviously things like lanterns, you know, coral looks like bracket fungus, plenty of vines, plenty of lanterns. You've got to have the bushes. I've used sea pickles and fungus just to bring in a little bit of color as well to the build. Pumpkins add color, melons add pumpkins. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. There we go. This is all lit up from the inside with plenty of lanterns. I just love the little cute spaces inside this build. This could maybe be the bedroom up here, storeroom around here, and then you've got all the way up here as well. As you can see, I've done different levels as I've done different builds. The Schematic Brush Reborn plugin lets you add your own schematics together really quickly and easily. I absolutely love it. Can't wait to keep on building more of these. By the way, if you want to become a YouTube channel member, then you get to download all my worlds I've been working on since 2019 and all my schematics as well through my Discord channel. You could also join my Patreon. It's exactly the same, but look at all these schematics that are waiting for you if you become a YouTube channel member or join my Patreon. The links are in the down below. Imagine putting all these onto, you know, the Schematic Brush Reborn plugin, and you could be building cities really, really quickly. And Warp Desert is an example of that. In this city here, I placed all these buildings, if I just go over here really, really quickly, and the wall was very easy to make, and I placed all these buildings with the Schematic Brush Reborn plugin, and it actually enabled me to build a city really, really quickly indeed. If you'd like to see this desert city being built, then you can click on this video or this video,